Hey, Brian, are we live?
Okay, we're live.
Nice. Way to use the board.
Just making sure it's ready, because we're not. Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with Chad and Damon. We haven't been here for a couple weeks. We got a lot to catch up with. I tried to sneak by through that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds better that way to me.
Wow. That was pretty harsh. You know what? If he puts echo behind it, we'll let it stay. We'll let it stay.
He won't. We know what we pay him. Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. Damon, take it away.
That sounds better. And Big Mac. And the new hostile takeover.
Yeah,
His assistant.
we have Big Brother in the room again.
Yeah, apparently the stock market that was good for a couple weeks is not going to hold off the sale of Audiohive to the new owner, which came in today.
However, Brian would like you to know if you'd like to invest, he's starting a new hedge fund and would like your capital.
But he will never check it on a Saturday. Do not ask him to check it. They're closed.
Damon,
Okay?
they're closed.
He gave us that speech ahead of time, like, how's your stocks doing? He goes, they're not open today. They're closed. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they're virtual. You can go look at them anytime. I don't want to look.
Yeah.
I don't.
They're called numbers. They record them. But that's okay. So anyway.
How was your week, sir?
Well, you know, part of it, we got to catch up on our week because last weekend we did some traveling.
We did.
And we went to, honestly, I've seen a lot of live comedy. That was probably my favorite time. It's the hardest I ever laughed for that long.
Yeah.
At a show. Where do we go, Ted?
My favorite part, because I've been in some comedy clubs now. My favorite part is how nice that comedy club is until you get into the actual auditorium.
Oh, yeah.
It was gorgeous. And then you walk in, it's like, oh, this is what I'm used to.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of DNA in these seats. I've seen it.
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought. I thought, wow, this is really like extravagant to like tell joke, turn the lights out where it's dark and sit at a table and have somebody tell jokes. You get inside, you're like, now it feels like home.
Yeah.
It feels like home.
To your credit, Brian, it's like the opposite of your place. Like when you're pulling up to this building, you're like, oh no. And then you walk in here and you're like, oh, this is lovely.
You're like, this is amazing.
This is
like,
nice.
All this happens right here, you know?
It was the polar opposite.
Yeah.
Like the box office, there's a nice restaurant and bar in there. Everything is like wood. It's a reclaimed building. Yeah. And then you walk in, it's like seats, you sit down and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to burn these pants.
Well, and then Chad Daniels took the stage. That's who we went and saw, Chad Daniels. And I tell you what, I've never seen him live. I've heard all his albums. He's hysterical. And I'm going to tell you right now, he worked the crowd really well.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
Because he was recording a show.
Yeah.
So, and I realize there's a lot of science that goes behind the recording the show and this and that. And you got to kind of tell jokes with similar timing and work stuff in and this and that. But he worked the crowd really good.
So he does a podcast we've talked about with Cy Amundsen, Middle of Somewhere. And I listened to this past episode, which was recorded after he had done a show.
Yes, where he
so he gave some thoughts on it and stuff. Yeah, he interviewed himself.
Yes, as his radio voice.
Great move, which if you could figure that out, I'm sure I'd be out of a job. And he seemed a little down about it. He seemed like he was a little upset that it didn't go as well as he wanted to. And clearly it's been a weird year. He didn't have a lot of time to work it out like he would normally.
Right.
But I reached out to him and said, hey, we were in the audience. We were in the one show that you said was going to be called The Outtakes because of how it was just outtakes.
Yeah.
And we got to talk.
Because he did so much crowd work and so much off his jokes. You could tell he had his joke and he hit it. And he's like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go. And it was funny. Yeah. Some of that stuff was almost funnier. It was crazy.
And we got to talking about it. And he's like, man, I had such a great time that show. Like we could tell, like, and he brought up the people that were sitting next to us who Brian, at one point, he's like, yeah, we can, I know some jokes are going to be a little off color and some things are going to be a little weird in here, but that's why we don't let kids in here. Cut to 20 minutes later. He asked some person why they had announced they were drinking a virgin drink. And she's like, well, it's because I'm a child.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
Yeah.
All right. And then she's like, and I have she said she had diabetes, right? She had diabetes?
Yeah.
And then he asked, well, what's in that? She described the drink and he's like, that sounds sugary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a break. Just went right into it. It was perfect timing. It was amazing.
It really
that was a great show.
You know what I was surprised about, and again, like how nice it was on the outside. You get inside, and I didn't realize that Saran wrap stops the spread of airborne diseases. Because remember those the dividers, they had dividers made out of like 1x wood that went up in a big square. So what they could do is they could set people, like a couple on one side, and then they put this divider up, and it literally had Saran wrap over the middle of it.
Which they knew what else they could do, because the ones behind us were made out of plexi.
Yeah. Yeah. So
the ones further from the stage.
Yeah. Well, but the plexiglass might not have been microwave safe. At least these other ones were, you know what I mean? If you want to put your meatloaf in there, you're fine. But it was amazing. It was falling down on the one side. It's like you're like, and again, the comedy club was great. I'm not knocking. The place it's awesome, and I think that's his home venue.
Yeah, that's where
we're up in
that's
Minneapolis.
where he and Cy met. That's yeah. We're up in Minneapolis, which it was a lovely. We were right down where the stadiums are.
Yeah,
that's where we. Well, I mean, that's where the comedy club is, and we got a hotel. So we got a hotel, Brian, that's close to the as close to the comedy club as possible. It's one of those extended stays, so it has a kitchen and everything in it, and you can tell because the guy Adam. What's up, Adam? You listening? Probably not. Yeah. He was like, "Oh, you guys are only staying for one night," which is weird in an extended stay, but it was within walking distance, which that's a story.
Yeah.
So we find out we can pick up our tickets early. So we walk down to the box office. And
because it's assigned seating.
Yeah, it's assigned seating. Once you get your tickets, it's not general admission. Once you get your tickets, is where you're at. So we want to make sure we have good seats because they give priority to the people eating at the comedy club.
Yeah.
And Damon says to the guy, "Hey, we know we're early. We want to get a bite to eat before the show. Where can we go?"
Where can we walk?
You just need to know we're walking.
Yeah.
And immediately the guy's like, "You're not going to want to walk." Yeah, I get it. You look at both of us and you're like, yeah, these guys aren't going to want to walk.
Yeah. Somebody's going to have a grabber on the way back after they have a sandwich. Hey, so what you're saying is when you get back, one of you is going to be like, I got one. You're going to stand outside. You know.
And then we tell him where our hotel is, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know that place." You're like, I wondered, do you think we drove from there?
Yeah, we walked.
You can see it from here.
We walked.
Ooh, it's across the street though. We better get the car. Yeah. I'm not crossing this street.
Right. So he's like, "Well, I would go here. We already kind of predetermined we wanted to go one place, so we just stepped with our."
We're like, thanks for the advice.
Yeah.
And to be fair, every place he named was closer than where we walked to.
It really was.
Oh, there's that place you mentioned. Yeah. Oh, there's another place. Oh, there's that place. I'm not paying for that.
I could just see the headline. There'd be, here's sirens. 2 guys are dead outside this restaurant. I told them to go closer.
Yeah.
I told them to go closer.
That's on them.
So, but no, so we walked back. And then even when the show was over, it was pretty well lit. So we were good. We only had to walk, 4 or 5 blocks, 6 blocks?
If that.
But what's funny is we noticed is that all these condos there had no window treatments. So like you're literally walking and you're watching everybody's TV and you're watching, if they're talking in the kitchen, you're like, oh, maybe we'll see a fight. Hey, maybe we'll see a makeup from a fight. Yeah. Let's see what happens. And it was just amazing how people did not have any window treatments.
Well, that's what I thought was weird is that not only can you see what they're doing, but you can see their stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I like how that hangs on the wall. I'm going to go get that.
It's like playing Pac-Man. I got to go up 2 and over 3 and I can get that nice TV. Okay. Gotcha. You're all good. No, that was really amazing to me. I took,
well, let's talk about a room though. You want to talk about that?
So the room was very cool, but like Ted said, it's like an extended stay. If you were a business professional in town for a week or relocating and had to live somewhere for a little while, it would work.
Right. It had a kitchenette. It had a separate office.
Yeah.
But when we got up there, it was on the 4th floor, so it was a little warm. So Damon cracked the windows. And I was in the office part, so I didn't notice this. But when I got up to go to the bathroom in the morning, I was like,
we turned the heat off, so it was like 74 in there. First off, we just climbed 4 flights of stairs, and we're hovering in the biscuit zone. You know what I mean? We're heavy.
Yeah, we're wearing masks. We climbed 4 sets of stairs. We both sounded like Darth Vader and his son Darth Vader.
I'm your brother because we're the same age. But yeah, so we do. I open the windows as far as they'll go because, of course, they don't want anybody to fall out them. So they open up about like 4 or 6 inches, something like that. Which, by the way, we found
huge. Yeah,
that's a huge opening. Yeah. That's enormous. I don't know how
it was more like a 2-inch gap, but to Damon, that's 6 inches.
Huge. So anyway, it's a rather girthy opening. So anyway, you put your coffee down, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to get it all over his mic.
I was trying to catch you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
So we open that. We turn the heat off. So we go to the comedy show. We come back. It's probably like midnight. Whatever.
Yeah. We had a little.
We're a little wound up, but Ted falls asleep a little bit easier than I do. So I could tell he's like ready to go to bed, and I'm still talking, and he's like, "Just shut the hell up. I want to go to bed."
I'm gonna go sit on this. I didn't pull out the couch. I just laid down on it. Yeah. That's how tired I was.
Hey, just so you know, if anybody that says Ted doesn't like me, he got a room with just one queen bed in it or king bed, so he's got to like me. But then he said, "No, you get the bed," and he took.
Yeah, so you get the bed. I'm going to sleep on this couch in the other room.
And it was a very smart move because the bed was about 3 feet from the windows that I left open all night with the heat off. And it was 26 degrees outside.
I've never seen you in a blanket burrito before.
Yeah.
It was so weird. I didn't think you were in the room.
I never sleep with a blanket ever. And I got in bed and you know how the covers are nice and cold? You're like, yeah. And you nestle in there. I'm like, I'm going to leave the blanket on. I'm glad I did. Because they wouldn't have found me dead from walking after eating a cheeseburger. They'd have found me frozen.
Frozen, right.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the facilities in the morning, a little chilly.
Yeah. Ceramic floor?
Yeah. I was talking more about the commode itself. It was a little chilly.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
Yeah, but David's like, oh, good, you're up. Can you hit the heat?
That's exactly what I told him.
Yeah, I could probably hit it with these.
Yeah. Would you like me to cut some holes in the glass too? I could do that if you need me to.
I could open those windows right back up.
So the other thing that I started, now I've kept this going now all week, is any meal I had involved some kind of jalapenos. I'm not sure why.
You really were digging the jalapenos.
I have never, ever been like that. I'm totally like that now. I'm a jalapeno guy now.
Oh, you are? You never were that kind of guy.
I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not a jalapeno type of guy.
Coffee's next.
Jalapeno coffee?
I don't think we're crossing that line, Brian.
No.
Yeah. No,
well,
I'm not.
Let's tell you about our meal adventure because it started out weird. Our friend DDJ, Dennis, who has a podcast, What do you say with DDJ?
Yep.
Posted on Facebook that the Paul Bunyan place in the Dells had opened back up for the season.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned it prior, and I was disappointed because it wasn't going to be open on our trip, but it opened up because they knew we were coming.
Yeah. Yeah, they heard.
Yeah, they heard.
That checks out.
Yeah. But it said, so I go to their website, and it says on their website, this is important, it says breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
And then we pull into the parking lot at 12:05, and it says on the marquee, breakfast is from open until noon. And I was like, oh, well, breakfast is over, but presumably there's going to be lunch. Mind you, Brian, there's 4 cars in the parking lot at this point.
So I thought we hit gold. I thought this is like, dude, we're going to have this place to ourselves in a vacation destination for lunch.
We're going to still be able to social distance without a problem.
There was 4 or 5 cars, but there was probably 10 people getting into those cars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so
there was activity in the parking lot. There was activity.
We get up to the door. What happened?
It's locked.
It's locked. Because they're only open for breakfast.
We screw around and take a bunch of pictures with the Paul Bunyan statue and the Babe Blue Ox. We're taking our time.
Correct.
So it's about 10 after by the time we get to the door. And we do the dunk, 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 dunk. Like we're one of those people.
I'm like, they just came out. I'm like, how is this happening? No, they were like that fast.
Yeah. It turns out it's only open for breakfast right now. So it should have said we are open from 6 to noon, not breakfast is 6 to noon.
Right.
So we were very disappointed.
But then conveniently the next day we knew coming home, because this was just an overnight, we went to the show, got done at midnight. You're not going to drive home, 7 hours at midnight.
Someone wanted us to, but we weren't going
to. I suggested it.
Yeah.
I thought
someone wanted us to.
When I was doing my calculations the next morning.
Keep doing it. See if he keeps talking.
When I was doing my calculations on Saturday morning, I was like, if they left after the show, they would have gotten home like 3 hours ago. There's no way they would want to come.
You just wanted to sleep in. You're up doing math.
Yeah, because we did send a thing to Brian.
Where you at?
After 9, like, where you at? We're recording. Yeah. He's like, nice try. Like, Brian, if you don't want to do this anymore, just let us know. I'm not falling for it.
If you're out, this is not the business opportunity.
So we couldn't go to Paul Bunyan, so we got on the road. And, well, first off, because we're 2 fat guys, I picked Damon up around 8:30.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're probably going to eat lunch around noon. Do you think you can make it to lunch? I'm like, yeah, I can make it.
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe 20 minutes on the road, we're like, we should probably stop.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't thrown any food in my fat face in like 30 minutes. I think we should have something.
Damon's been talking up the Wendy's breakfast sandwiches for like 19 weeks in here.
Not their iced tea, though. Or not their lemonade.
Not their berry lemonade. So we stop at Wendy's and get food. Probably around 10. Now we're planning to go to an all-you-can-eat breakfast just till afternoon.
Yeah.
About 10 we stopped.
Well, we got a tide over. And the tide over was a sandwich.
And some wedges.
Wedges and a drink.
Large drink.
It was just a
little bit.
Snack.
Right.
It was a snack. Yeah.
So we couldn't go to Paul Bunyan's. We find something else. And when we're road tripping, Damon's job is to drive. He's Bo Duke. We've discussed. My job is Luke Duke and everything else.
Hey, if it doesn't involve a steering wheel, I'm out.
So my job is to find something unique and indicative of the people and their culture to eat while we're traveling. And I found a place called Repeats.
Repeats, yeah.
And they had a thing. Now, I read this wrong. This is on me. I read it wrong. That said, if you ate this burger, you got a free T-shirt. But you had to eat 5 of them.
But it's like a punch card. They gave you a punch card.
We didn't know that. We thought it was 5 at a time.
Right.
And then they'll come up and be like, no, you just come back and eat 5 over time. And we're like, oh, well, that doesn't seem as impressive.
Yeah.
Because go ahead, explain. It was a take on the Juicy Lucy. For those of you that don't know that, it's a burger with cheese on the inside. So when you bite into the burger, it oozes out. But they put a spin on it.
Yeah, they had different types of cheeses. They had jalapenos. They had hot sauce in it. Then they had jalapenos.
Oh yeah, they had ancho sauce, hot sauce, jalapenos.
Well, I said
you said no ancho
because I'm not trying to win a shirt. I don't care. You know what I mean? I said I don't want the ancho sauce because I didn't want it so hot where I didn't enjoy it. I'm not big on hot food. I don't understand spicy stuff. I don't understand why all of a sudden now it's like I think I like the flavor, which is weird to get my size by just eating bland. That's, it's like, how much bland stuff do you actually eat, you know? But I really enjoyed it. So they brought out the burger and it was a very good burger. I mean, very good. Fries were okay, but the burger was really good. And, what's weird is we get done and she's like, well, let me get you a punch card. And I'm like, it's not necessary. Oh, no, I'll get you a punch card. So she's looking around for a punch card. I'm like, seriously? Like, we want to get in the car and go.
Yeah. Well, finally, your line that got her to stop was, from her like 5 hours away from here, we're never coming back. Yeah. The best part, Brian, the icing on the cake is at that point, she became super friendly. Oh, you guys will never see me again? Can I get you guys anything else? How you doing?
Yeah.
Until that point, she'd literally stand like 8 feet from the table and be like, you guys need anything?
Yeah.
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
Creeps, you weirdos.
She's telling everybody else too. They're like, hey, be mean to the guys at that table because there's a chance they might come back.
Because we discovered this to our neighbors in Illinois' hat and then Wisconsin's hat, respectively. Yeah. Wisconsin and Minnesota. Every place we went was so quiet. Repeats is a bar it's a bar and grill. So there's a bar. There's people at the bar. There's people in the restaurant eating. And it was whisper quiet. So Damon and I just started talking normal. We're like, hey, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's like we were talking to the whole bar.
Yeah, how'd that testicle lamination go? Good?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I know somebody. Yeah, that's how that one
I know
goes.
a guy.
I know a guy. But no, it was so weird because it was like everything, and they were packed. Like that bar, there wasn't a spot to sit around that bar. And guess what? It was quiet.
Yeah, it was so weird.
It's like we're in a library. It was so weird.
And they had like a didn't they have like a hunting channel on over the bar?
Yeah.
So it was just a guy in a quiet hunting blind watching deer run through the field in
It's
quiet.
almost like they didn't want to screw up for the guy on TV. They're like, shh,
quiet.
He's hunting. Hold on. It's like, that's a TV.
He's hunting rabbits.
Yeah. He's not. If you think there is a tree stand right outside that wall that you're looking through, you're wrong.
So eerie though.
Yeah. There's a car dealership across the street. I don't see the dealership.
We started respectfully like, hey, what, looking forward to seeing Chad. This would be great. And then finally by the end of that, we're like, no, we're not from around here. We're never coming back. Yeah. Besides, you don't probably have a shirt in his size.
Yeah, that's surprisingly enough. Everybody was super excited and wanted to talk to us and be nice to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no chance we'll ever see you again. I'm going to miss you. But so when we do that, we get to the hotel, we check in. I need water. I didn't have gallons of water at my house. I need water. So
I know where this is.
So we Google, hey.
That was the problem. You didn't let Luke Duke Google.
Correct.
Bo Duke is like, I'm going to try this Google.
I Google. I find a Whole Foods. Now, I'm not a Whole Foods shopping kind of guy. We all know this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure they have jalapenos probably grown, on Mars and everything else, but whatever.
They're grown on Jalapeno Mountain.
Right.
Juan Valdez picks them after the coffee.
Correct. Yes. Maybe I will get into this coffee, Brian. Maybe we'll. You should have said.
Here's the best part about David. He's like, hey, there's a Whole Foods. It's not that far away. We can walk there. We get like 4 blocks into the walk. He's like, I don't think it's down there. We should probably give up. I'm like, no, it says it's straight down this road. No, it's not down there. Forget it. It's probably not down there. Whatever. I'll just drink out of the river. Yeah.
So we keep going. We drudge on, and we get there. There's a Whole Foods. It's like, oh, cool. We go in. I've been in a Whole Foods one time in my life.
Once, Johnny.
It's not my place. It's not my place. And so I just want like a couple gallons of water or this or that. I'm like, I'll take it back, right? And I go to the aisle. Everything's spring water. Everything's spring water or it's carbonated. I don't like either one of those. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, are you serious? We walked 48 blocks for water, and you're like, this isn't the kind of water I like.
I was like, no.
I don't like this water.
No, this isn't happening.
They have 75 types of spring water. I just want drinking water. Sir.
First off, that's the voice I did. So just so we're aware.
So angry.
But I was pissed. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm like, let me check another aisle. Well, I'm in the water aisle. Where the hell are they going to put more water? That's not, I might have an end cap of water, but you're damn sure it's going to be in the water aisle too. You know what I mean? So I'm walking around. I find nothing. I go back and I get this stuff. It's called electrolyte infused water.
It was their generic smart water.
What the hell are you talking? Electrolytes. What do you put? It's just ridiculous. I drank it. First off, had no more energy than I did. Enough energy to walk to dinner, though, which surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, it surprised me, for sure.
Yeah, no more energy.
There was food at the end of the stick. I knew you were going to get there.
Right. I've seen him chase the ice cream guy for 7 miles. He wanted to give up 3 minutes into a walk, going for water. By the way, that $200 ice cream truck I bought on Craigslist, best money I ever spent. It's like my gym membership. But no, I found it so odd. I'm like, why don't you just have regular water? And then they did if you wanted to buy their bottle for like $12 and fill it.
That's
and
where
even
I thought this was going.
Yeah. And even there, if I'd have filled it and been like, I have a $12 water bottle, right? I'd have just laughed at myself because I'm sure when it come out, it would have been like spring water. That's all I could have chose. You know what I mean? It's like you already paid. It's like fresh artesian spring water,
Here's your souvenir.
Yeah. I got a souvenir mug.
Yeah.
But no, it was crazy. But no, so we go back, we change up and stuff, and then we go over, get our tickets, go and do the thing. I mean, all together, the experience that day was nice. The weather was perfect for walking around for two guys. I mean, it's not, we had a jacket on, but you don't necessarily need it.
I'm glad that's where you went.
Yeah.
Because you could have easily turned that into a gross joke.
No.
But for dinner, we went to another bar and grill that was absolutely silent. We got the tots dish that they serve at the...
what was on the tots dish?
Jalapenos.
Yes. Yeah.
Jalapenos.
Staying in the theme
they served that
of the day.
at the Minnesota Twins Stadium, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like one of their dishes that they do over there. So let's try this.
Yeah. And
it was huge.
Yeah.
That order was big.
Well, that was the thing. It's like, we're getting tots. Let's not get fries. Can we get soup?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, hold the fries. Don't bring me any additional food. Can I just change it into other food?
I'm going to feel like a fat ass if I eat fries with the tots. Could I have the soup, please? Can I get that in a bowl, not a cup? How do I up this? Can I get an extra bun for my for my sandwich? It was really
But overall, it was great. Chad was amazing. I saw him in Indy for my birthday. Yeah. So that was in July. And he did the same, it was basically the same run of material. He changed it up for show, and plus he's recording, so he wants to do a couple different takes on it. But he thought he wasn't as great as he usually is. We thought it was fantastic. I saw the set twice. I thought it was much funnier this time around, even though it was hilarious the first time.
Yeah.
It was a great time. I do not regret any of it.
No.
I mean, I regret the guy that drove me out, but I don't regret any of it.
Well, the long and short of it is, as he goes on tour, because not everybody lives by us.
I'm the long, you're the short.
Yeah. It's girthy though. So, but by the time he goes on tour and starts doing dates, we have people that listen in California. We have people that listen other places. You need to go see him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was totally worth the price of admission, and it was a great time.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely
I mean?
Great time.
So, but then the way back, the next morning we get up in our 26-degree hotel room.
we got to get out of here.
We shut the windows, we turn the heat on, and we get ready, and then we shove off.
Yeah.
And,
hey, Brian, they let us use the shower, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't have to pay extra either.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say you can use it. You just have to pay.
Now it makes sense. That checks out.
Record your podcast for next to nothing. But if you want a shower,
you better bring the big bills.
Yeah. He's making it rain up in here.
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing less than a Franklin to get in that shower. So we drive home.
We're driving home, and we said, hey, look, because we remember the night before we talked when it wasn't open for lunch, Paul Bunyan's, we said, hey, let's hit breakfast tomorrow then.
Yeah.
So we knew we had to be there by 11, but we're like, if we ended up getting there sooner. We get 10 o'clock maybe?
Yeah, about that.
So we got there about 10 o'clock. Breakfast was good. Other than honestly, and listen, I'm not going to bash anybody because overall the experience was great and the breakfast was good. But I've never had biscuits and gravy where it's all you can eat biscuits and gravy, and I'm like, I don't want any more.
Well, you ordered another round. You're like, those are for you. I'm like, I don't want them. And you're like, fine.
Yeah. So
I'll eat them.
So they bring out biscuits and gravy. They bring out 2 biscuits. And I mean, when I say they're biscuits, they're seriously like
They look like silver dollars.
silver dollar biscuit. Okay. And it's not real thick either. So it's just like, it's there. And they put the gravy on, and it was okay.
Oh, and you could tell they don't want to go through a lot of money on these biscuits and gravy.
Oh, it was mass quantity. So like the gravy was like watered down, kind of like the syrup. You know what I mean?
Oh, but the syrup was delicious.
But the syrup was delicious. But
did you get excited?
But they're getting
me.
more.
I'm a man.
Me, syrup. Yes. Moist flappies. Thank you. Yeah, no, he likes his flappies. It's so much, I'll tell you in a minute. So anyway, she goes, anything you want more of. So where they screwed up, they sat us down. There's 2 of us, right? They brought us out dishes as if there's 2 of us at the table. They should have brought us food as if there was 4 of us at the table because we were hungry. So the first thing she does is come out. We are scraping everything. Like before she even leaves the section, we're like, here you go. And so she goes, what do you want more of? Yes. You know what I mean?
So let's go through the menu. So it's eggs, sausage, ham, biscuits and gravy, pancakes, breakfast potatoes, and donuts, which we didn't get the first round.
But I did get them out.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So literally, she's like, anything you want more of, I just need that bowl back. So like he said, she brought out food for us and the next table while she's giving it stuff to the next table. We cleaned out the bowls and dishes and put them to the edge of the table. And she's like, what do you guys want more of? And Damon was literally like, yes.
Yes.
And say what you said. And
I says, those delicious homemade donuts that you spoke about that we've never seen, I would like to get some of those.
You were like, those have us intrigued. We would like to see those.
Those intrigue me. I would like to get some of those. So she comes back with donuts. Now so first off, I love like brown sugar donuts, especially when they're fresh. So she comes out, it was like cinnamon brown sugar, right? Is that what's on there?
Yeah.
So good. So good. So like, I don't even know if I think I swallowed it because it's still not in my mouth. So I'm pretty sure, but I ate it so fast. It was amazing. And so like before she walked away again, I'm like, I just put the empty plate over there. I'm like, we'll take some more of those.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the problem was when she came back with the second round, she made the miscalculation of bringing less food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was like 4 sausages, 2 pieces of ham. Yeah. And then when she came back, it was 2 sausages, 1 piece of ham. I'm like, what are we not eating? So is this just for him?
So we get round 2 and the biscuits and gravy come back. Ted picks them up and he hands me the plate. And I go, oh no, those are for you. He goes, I don't want them. I go, all right. And I just take the plate. I straight my, here's the deal. I understand it's all you can eat, but we ordered it and I don't waste food. You can look at me. I don't waste food.
I thought you ordered them for yourself. Like,
yeah, no, I
forgot my meds in the car and I didn't want to have like loose dairy. Yeah. When we still had another like 3.5 hours to go. Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to risk it.
So I do that. Right. So then she comes back again and she goes, what else can I get you more of? I'm like, we'll take 2 more of those donuts like that. We got another plate of flapjacks then. Yeah. Right. Flappies. Yeah. And I only had, I think the first plate had 6.
Had 6. Second plate had 3.
Second plate had 3. So we had 9 flappies. Okay. I ate 2. They were all gone.
If you can do the math.
Yeah. So
Ted had 7 flappies.
Ted likes his flappies, right? So he does the flappies. So she comes back and she's content, like we're done.
Oh, she looks at me and she says, "Is that all?" I wave off, like, "Yeah, I'm good."
He didn't say I'm good.
Well, I said I wave off as if to say I'm good.
Can I get you guys anything else? And he goes, no, like that, waves her off.
Yeah.
And I hit the roof. Yeah,
this set Damon off.
I go, whoa. You don't speak for the whole table.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was just going to say that because that's exactly what you said.
Just like that. And I look at her and I go, he's not speaking for the whole table. He's not even with me. You know, that's what I'm like. I'm literally, I said, we need more eggs. And I said, we need some more sausage. And she goes, how many sausages? I go, 3. Then I look at Ted, I go, do you want any? She goes, no, I said 3. Right? So then I tell her, I go, and we'll take some more donuts. So the donuts come out. He's finishing like flapjack number 6 and 7.
Yeah.
So he's really.
I'm still like trying to cram down like.
I haven't had, and there was a bowl of potatoes that came out initially that we ate, the diced potatoes.
Yeah, that was weird. They like every other bowl was like half full. The potatoes were overflowing.
Yeah, the potatoes were like, these are cheap. Here, let's give them a whole bunch of these. But everything was very good except for the biscuits and gravy. And again, that wasn't their specialty. That was an additional dish.
Yeah,
so
because they would ask, "Do you want that?"
Yeah.
When you were like, "Hey, we have this. Do you guys want it?" We should have known then.
Yeah.
We don't bring that out for everyone because it's not great.
Yeah. Do you want to enjoy your experience? Yeah. Then don't get the biscuits and gravy. But just the way he did that, he like waved it off, and I mean, I'm literally like, it was so weird because I thought this is ending and it's not time to end yet. I'm still I'm still eating.
Who is this guy? I don't even know him.
So she brings out another bowl of eggs, like a whole bowl of eggs. I scrape most of it on my plate. I realize that she walked away. I scrape all of it on my plate. And he goes, what are you doing? I go, I better eat all this before she gets back. So she thinks you had some too. And it wasn't just all me. That's exactly what I said to him.
Well, you ever would like,
I love eggs, man. I can eat, I could eat 8 eggs in the morning.
Do you ever in your fattest stage ever like go to a drive-through and order like 2 meals and then you order one with oh yeah, can I get no ketchup on one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they think like, oh, this can't be for both him because he would have ordered no ketchup on both.
Yeah. That no ketchup trick. Just, no
ketchup on one, no onions on the other.
Or if they both come with small drinks and you're like, oh, that's cool. One's a diet. Or one's a tea, one's a Coke.
Yeah, you do that. What did they want to drink? Hold on a second. It was diet.
You say that out loud too.
You say it out loud.
You're like, you know what? They'll just drink a tea. We're going to take a tea. That's fine.
Yeah, and then you drive away and they're like, that fat guy's eating both. we're not full.
First off, there's already shrapnel coming out the window because I'm throwing it in my mouth like a wood chipper. So you kind of know that this is going on.
I like when I travel for work and they're handing me out a bag for lunch.
Yeah.
And they can see the bag for breakfast still sitting in the seat from earlier. Yeah. I've been in the car all day, jerk. That's how it works.
So speaking about the bags, they at the hotels now they do a bag. You can take a bag. It's a to-go breakfast.
Yeah, I lost this lottery.
Yeah, so they get a to-go breakfast. So you grab a bag. We grab bags that say muffins because we're going to be in the car. So we're like,
Damon thinks this is going to be a bag of muffins.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is a hefty sack of muffins. I hope there's some milk in here somewhere, but this is going to be great. So you dump it all out. There's a little crappy thing of yogurt that nobody wants. There's a granola bar. There's a muffin.
Yeah, there was an S on the bag.
They're like half size muffin, pre-wrapped muffin. Am I missing something?
There was a bottle of water.
That's
where the weight came from. Oh yeah, an orange.
Okay, so I was like, oh, I can have fruit anywhere. This sucks. But I was just like, whatever. So
excuse me, I could refuse fruit anywhere. This sucks.
Oh, speaking of refusing fruit, so when you go to
Paul Bunyan's, cook shanty.
Yeah, they really ask you while you're in line and you're getting ready to pay. They're like, would you like some fresh fruit to the table? And we're like, what? And they're like, it's like so much per ounce. They're like, oh, you get 4 ounces for this and this. And I'm like, first off, stop talking so I can say no.
Right.
Okay. Please don't run through the whole spiel. Like when you call somebody on the phone,
because they were like,
thank you for calling so-and-so. And how's your day? And then they get all done and you're like, yeah, can I have Tony? It's like, did you have to say all that? But yeah, I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't. It's
$14.99, I think.
Well, for breakfast.
Oh, for the fruit? It was $5 for like a bowl of fruit.
$5, yeah. And I was like, no. It's going to get in the way of my eggs.
Or you can have morning old fashions, mimosa, Bloody Mary. And they go through this list of drinks and we're like, just get out of our way. We want flappies and eggs.
Yeah.
Flappies and eggs.
Yeah. Well, and sausage and ham.
Well, yeah. Well, at that point, we just wanted something.
Yeah. But no, so like I said, we get this breakfast in this bag. And we know we're going to breakfast.
Yeah.
We're 3 hours away from breakfast. So we're like, okay, cool. And first thing we're doing, we're like, both granola bars open. Everybody's chomping.
Well, first, both because it's COVID, we couldn't give it back. Both yogurts went in the trash.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't even put them in the car.
Hold on. Let me walk back to the hotel real quick. Thank you. Yeah. And then we walk back.
Yeah. Yeah. Go get me 3 more of those muffin bags.
Well, here's the thing is I told you I lost the lottery. I had a oatmeal raisin granola bar and a chocolate chip muffin. And you had a blueberry muffin. And what was your granola bar? Like oats and honey, maybe?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great. I got we all have these leftovers. Throw them in a bag.
Yeah. March of 17. When was I supposed to eat this? And I understand why they did it that way. I get it. Just the germs. They're not going to have a food station where you're going to go make your own waffles. I get it. I understand.
Well, Ted usually has to make Damon's waffles.
Damon eats all the waffles Ted makes, so we're good.
Damon never has waffles at home.
So the last part before we go into other stuff besides catching up for the week.
Oh, I still have other things from this week.
Nice. But from this trip,
from this trip.
So I didn't really do any tread flicks, but I did. This is a new thing for me. I'm going to call it hotel rest. Because you know how I turn the TV on and I just left.
Oh yeah. He's like, do you mind if I turn this TV on? I thought I meant to fall asleep too. I woke up to the sprinkler system in my office bedroom going and I woke up and I realized the TV is still on in the other room. So I hear this in the other room. Like some sort of parcel tongue Harry Potter talking in the other room. I was like, oh, I'm never going back to bed. This is great.
Yeah. No, I left it on.
Plus, I could see like the air. Like I could see fog coming from Damon's room because it was so cold in his room and not cold in mine.
It was very cold. It was very cold in that room.
Yeah, so it sounded like ghosts and fog coming from that room. I'm not going in there. Well, I don't know what you're doing.
So I fell asleep watching South Park, right? And then all of a sudden at like 4:00 in the morning, I wake up to the infomercial for like adult toys. And I'm like, okay, change channel.
Yeah, he woke up to this, Brian.
So I turn on like Forensic Files because there's the only channel that has like a show on and not an infomercial for something. So I turn on Forensic Files. And what was awesome is I then dozed back asleep, but I start having like not a lucid dream, but I'm like listening to the TV. So I'm picking up on a lot of you know what I mean? You know, you ever done that where you fall asleep watching something?
Wait, you're solving crimes in your dreams?
I'm not solving crimes.
Uh-oh.
But I'm laughing my ass off about it because when you're listening, so the case that was on there, okay, was basically the Severs are dead, and what we know, this is what we know, that the son Roger was a disappointment, he was told by his parents. Here's the deal. The fact that Roger knows that he was a disappointment by his parents, there's your motive.
Yeah.
Okay? There's your motive. Don't look any farther.
That will remain a mystery.
Yeah, it's not going to remain a mystery. We're not going to get to the 28-minute mark and be like, wasn't Roger at all. It was the family dog. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that, you know?
It was the guy we haven't talked to you about the whole rest of the episode.
It was the announcer. Wait, what? Huh? They take him away in handcuffs.
They knew.
Yeah. We let him be the announcer because we knew he was guilty. But yeah, that just screams motive, right? So then they even say, they go, Roger once lied to his girlfriend about his profession. Okay, Roger, normal dude stuff. All of us did that.
Right.
Anybody that's ever grown up has lied about something they've done, they know, they invented. Everybody's done that.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a girl involved.
Yeah, we run a successful podcast.
Yeah. We have millions of listeners.
Yeah.
You know,
we have numbers of listeners.
Yeah, yes, we have insert number now. We have some listeners, no. but that's the whole thing. So you always will overinflate stuff. You know, you and not always. First off, J. Joe guys are huge, so you shut your face. But anyway, so they said he once told his girlfriend he was a gynecologist.
I don't. Why are you lying about this?
Why would you pick that profession? Because first off,
I think the girlfriend's going to have a little bit more intimate knowledge about how the woman anatomy works.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah. Really?
I said race car driver to the last one, and she laughed at me, so I picked a real
You
big
went to
boy
medical
job.
school for 9 years and you don't know what this is? Cool. Cool. I think you might have made a wrong turn there, son.
Right. Well, but my whole thing is, it's like if you ever meet like in real life, you just walk around and some of you are just like, hey, this is my buddy. He's a doctor or he's a dentist or he's this. What's the first thing that pops in your brain? You're like, hey, does this look normal? Hey, does this? So why would you tell somebody I'm a gynecologist? You might get to sneak a peek of something, but it's probably just going to be because it's like going to give you a trauma for the rest of your life. You know, it's like, is this? I think that's supposed to run the other direction. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you tell somebody? So, but I just thought it was kind of weird. And in reality, at the end of the show, spoiler alert, they found out Roger killed his parents.
Oh, I didn't. Wow.
Yeah. But they took, 29 and a half minutes with 3 commercial breaks
to tell you what you knew 4 seconds in.
Yeah. Like the third sentence in the thing was like, so Roger's parents told him he was a disappointment. Then Roger killed his parents.
Yeah.
You know,
this isn't really Forensic Files so much as it is.
Yeah.
This is why we found out Roger did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Roger, this is your life.
Who framed Roger Severs? Is this animated? I want to watch. Is there going to be a girl and there's a redheaded girl? Yeah. But
where's Jessica Severs?
And then lastly, catching up for my week, I have to admit, I am absolutely done with this amazingly sexy first generation beard.
I figured that when you went and like literally started stroking it.
Yeah.
For those of you not in the studio audience, gross.
Brian,
huh?
I'm done with this.
What?
Right here. See how I'm stroking
Dave
it?
McCauley's going to be sad.
Stop
Brian?
doing that.
Brian?
It's weird.
Brian?
It's not even better from this angle.
He sinks down behind his monitor.
Yeah. Put that monitor back up. At least put it all the way up so neither of you have to experience this.
That monitor was a lot more excited a minute ago before I started doing this. So anyway.
When you shaving that off then? It's still there, I notice.
So here's my deal.
Oh, you doing the monkey beard?
I'm going to do the monkey beard. So when I get to 275, I'm going to do the monkey beard.
Oh, well, that beard's no danger.
So here's the real window. Here's where my wife hates life. she's going to starve
When
me.
she met you?
Well, yeah, that starts back then. Yeah, it's a long story. Several chapters.
True story.
Yeah. At 270, the monkey beard will be gone. So
you have to wear the monkey beard for 5 pounds.
for 5 pounds. So
You want to go to Paul Bunyan's?
huh? So that's all my buddies are going to be like, dude, you want to go drinking?
You
No,
said
I
you don't waste
You
food.
want to go eating?
I'm having food delivered to your house
Yeah.
every night. I can't waste this food.
Marshallones. I didn't even know there was still one around. Where did you come from?
We'll find one.
They click the light off though when you're looking.
I'll tell them, hey, it's monkey beard. It's monkey beard related. I came back on.
It's 11:30.
It's amazing.
We will turn a light on for monkey beard. But no, so that's what I want. I'm going to give myself that because it's too easy for me to be like, hey, I did it for 12 seconds. You know what I mean? And it's done. I got news for you. 5 pounds after you lose like 25 pounds is going to be monumental because the first 20 or 25 pounds might even come off somewhat. I don't want to say easy, but very more attainable than when you hit that plateau and then you go, oh, so I might wear a monkey beard. I might be the guy that hopes masks stay around for a little while. You know what I mean?
I mean, considering your face, I hope they do. Sure. Sure.
Till my blackout glasses show up.
I can give you a weight loss tip if you want.
What's ahead?
So Tuesday, I had to travel for work. So with travel and work, it was probably a 10, 11 hour day.
Okay.
So I really wasn't in the mood for making dinner. And no one at my house was in the mood for making dinner. And so my wife said, hey, there's a Mexican place up the street we've never tried. Do you want to just order from there? I said, fine.
Jalapenos. I hear them coming.
I got steak tacos, but I also wanted to try their pastor taco because that's how I tell if a restaurant is.
What's it called?
El Pastor.
Okay.
It's one where they put it like on it's like the Euro version. They put the meat on a spindle and cook it, and it has the pineapple on the
I've
top.
never had it.
Yeah. Well, I don't recommend it from this place because it was fine. Everything was fine. It was a great price. There was a lot of food. I mean, it was a decent amount of food. The refried beans kind of look like pudding and spelled with 2 O's, pudding.
Nice.
So I didn't eat any of that. That's not on me.
Nice.
And then a little bit later, at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I was like, oh, we are going to see this again.
Nice.
And by seeing it again, I literally mean it came out of my face.
Nice.
And not my mouth. It came out of every hole I
Can
had
I
in
get
my
a witness?
face. Yeah.
Yes, right here.
So, yeah, I got a really good ab workout that night. And I was like to my wife and daughter, like, do you guys feel anything? Like, no. And they all had there was a choice of steak or fish. So they had the lasagna.
Yeah, I had lasagna.
No, they all had steak like I did, except I was the only one that had the one pork taco. So I think that, I think that pork had probably been sitting around. Yeah.
It was the pork.
So that like we were talking earlier that none of us slept well that week. So I didn't sleep at all that night. And then Wednesday I felt like garbage. So I didn't sleep well then. And
but that's good for weight loss, you're saying. So you got to enjoy.
Yeah.
You got to enjoy a delicious pork taco because
I'm not going to promote.
It tasted good going down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to promote bulimia on here. Let's settle down.
First
I'm
off,
just saying, go to that one restaurant.
I was going to say,
and you won't eat there again, and that's how you're safe.
You don't have the figure to promote that, so I would.
You don't know what I have in my trunk.
Lots of junk. I can see it through the denim.
Shush.
So what else happened this week? Anything else?
Yeah, my car blew up.
Again?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not nice, no.
No. Oh, bad this time?
Oh, well, yeah. So I had it in, I remember I had it towed in right around New Year's Eve.
Yeah, because we drove together because we didn't have a car one day.
Right.
So I actually came and picked you up one time. Right.
So yeah, it didn't have any oil in it. They fixed it. And then 3 days ago, it suddenly didn't have any oil in it again.
Ooh, magic.
Mysterious. Yeah, mysterious.
I got the David Copperfield edition.
Yeah.
All right.
So if I want to spend the amount of money for basically a brand new car again, I can have my car back fixed. So I'm still dealing with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're going to get to buy the car twice, essentially, if you want it. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Okay. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm not going to name names, but that's an expensive bow tie.
Yeah.
That's more than I expected.
Would you drive it to the levee if the levee was dry? I just want to know.
I think you might have caught on to my code.
Ooh, somebody.
I noticed someone wore a bow tie shirt today, too, to sit across from me.
Were you by any chance, were you on Saturday Night Live in the 70s? Do you chase things?
Someone thinks he's cute.
Yeah.
Well, how was your week?
It's the beard. And
I heard you took a little walk because you had a car issue.
Yeah. My wife had a car issue.
Oh, we're really doing that?
Yeah. I'm going to sell her out.
We'll throw you under the bus then. You have a subpoena.
We should do that. My wife's voice be way more accurate.
Yeah.
Nicole,
It would have that amount of disgust in it, though. Yeah. I think I hit the disgust level with it. Ugh, you have a sub P.
Yeah. The level of frustration just oozes from that button. We understand.
Gross.
Yeah. Thank you. That was a gross sentence. I didn't think it was going to be that gross. You got to the end of it, and I was like, I don't approve. Do not like, sir.
The word level, I got you.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Wasn't ooze or button or any of that. No.
So my wife pulls in the garage one night, and all of a sudden there's an antifreeze shower of like, I don't know, probably a gallon and a half of antifreeze.
Oh, did it get on that Blackstone you have?
Blackstone? I don't have Blackstone, so we're safe there.
Okay.
Yeah. If I do get one though, I'm going to invite you over for hibachi. I'm going to tell you that right now. Brian, by the way, might have hibachi on Saturday. So
What's a Blackstone?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either, but it's an awesome grill. It's 36 inches wide, and you cook hibachi on it.
Well, that was very oddly specific.
First off, that's a guess. It's a rumor. Don't know. Okay. If I had one, I'd invite Ted over.
You know, like if you ever go to Benihana or one of those kind of places.
Chop it up,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's a home version of that.
Gotcha.
Like one of the three of us could probably do one of those onion choo-choos, you know, where you choo-choo and you push it along and all that. One of the three of us could probably do that.
You lost me.
Yeah. You've never seen that?
You've never seen that?
The
onion volcano?
Nothing?
The volcano, yeah.
The volcano. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes they make the train noises too, and it goes.
Yeah, it goes two routes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It'd be puff and smoke and it choo-choo.
If you have kids with you, if you have kids with you, sometimes they do the.
Yeah.
Not that I'd know in anyone's home.
Yeah.
I've only seen that where I have to pay a lot of money.
Yeah. No, one of us probably has a chef's hat that's very big and puffy and white and fits my head. So anyway, what I'll tell you is
Big, puffy, and white.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's
just
coolant
like your
all over the
underwear,
garage
sure.
floor. Right. My granny,
It depends.
My granny panties. So anyway,
It depends.
Yeah. I don't want to get on the garage floor because it's piping hot.
Because you
coming
never
out
get
of
back up.
Yeah. Oh, my pants. Yeah.
That one needs to be louder, Brian. D2 needs to be louder.
D2. You sunk my battleship. So anyway, I'm down there and I can't figure out where it's coming from. And it's so hot. I leave it till the next morning. I get under there. I find out that it looks like it could be a very inexpensive fix. I manipulate it and get that to be proven correct. And I take a walk to the old AutoZone, which is not far away. So in the true form of on Saturday night, where nobody thought we should walk anywhere because we looked like we were knocking on death's door, right?
Right.
Now cut to, I go up and tell my kids who are doing the homeschooling thing, right? I knock on each door. I go, hey, I'm going to walk over to AutoZone. I tell my daughter, she goes, I go, what's so funny? She goes, you're going to walk over to AutoZone. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't have a vehicle because it's got no coolant in the garage, you know? So I knock on my son Chuck's door and I tell him, I'm going to go to AutoZone. And he goes, oh, you shouldn't do that. It's a bad idea. He goes, you're old and you're fat. That's what he tells me. You're old and you're fat. First off,
yeah,
I've never been more proud of the kid in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. Because call it like you see it. That's how we do it. Okay. So I go to AutoZone and I come back with the stuff and I'm fixed. I get it fixed and it's not leaking anymore. So amazingly, I did something right. Okay. For a change. I come back upstairs and I tell him, and I said, hey, I'm back from AutoZone. He goes, already? He goes, wow. And he goes, somebody give you a ride? You know? And I'm like, no, I walked. I'm walking back. My neighbor sees me coming with a gallon of coolant in my left hand. And I had the part in my pocket. So you don't know. And I'm just walking. And he goes, where'd you go? I go, AutoZone. He goes, I gave you a ride. I'm like, I can walk to AutoZone.
Well, that's different. Your neighbor and me, I would have been like, sucks to be you. As I'm driving away.
He's like, it's like, if you need something, just tell me. I'll give you a ride.
Or I'd have been like, hey, well, that looks heavy as I drive away.
Need a hand with that? Where I'm going, I'll see if somebody will come back and help you. Yeah. Going to Paul Bunyan's. But I'm going to get there at 12:05.
I need some flappies.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was amazing. So he's like, you're back already? I was supposed to give you a ride. I'm like, no. He goes, wow. He goes, it's amazing you could fix that car. He goes, you're such a loser not having a car. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God. He's so harsh. He's 14. I love it. I sent you that text. I've never been more proud of the kid in my life. So, because I like the fact that he talks smack. I have no problem with that. As long as he knows, like, he don't do it to his grandparents or other people, you know. But that was my trip of the car repairs. Luckily, mine was far less expensive than what yours is. Yeah. That's how my daughter left.
Is it
very similar to Brian. Yes.
do they know how long it would take to walk to AutoZone? I mean, I think that's the thing with my kids. They would just have no mental ability to be like,
right.
I've never had to walk that far.
Right.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. It's like it didn't hurt me. There's a walk trail most of the way. Otherwise, you can walk through a couple parking lots. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
It's not raining. It's not 5 degrees outside. And even if it was,
yeah, it's like when we walked from Acme to that bar. It was
yeah.
It was what, a 15-minute walk tops?
And I was going to say, honestly, the walk to AutoZone was probably the same as us going to the grocery store and back. Seriously, because that's about what it is, So, but the bad thing is you're walking. So I put my headphones on, and I had on my big, like the gym headphones, the don't talk to me headphones.
Yeah.
So
GYM. I'm like, you have Jim's headphones? Yeah. Gross.
But no, I put those on, and I could hear some horns. So I'm looking. I'm like, by the time I don't know who you are driving. I understand. Not all fat people look alike. I could be somebody else, But I'm just waving. I'm like, here you go,
beep beep. Toot toot. I don't know who you are. You gotta get a wave though.
It's not even a real horn. I'm just acting important. Hey, hey. Everybody's like, that kind of sidewalk has a lot of friends. But no, mine was very avoidable then. Very, very correctable. Very avoided the huge problem. So I hope your saga turns out good.
Yeah, I do too.
I really
because
do.
I kind of need a car.
Yeah, I hope it turns out good. So hey, can we do some strange stories?
Let's
do some strange stories. Now, we had an awesome drop that you surprised me with last week, which was cool.
Yes, from David McCully.
Yes, we had some.
Real quick, can I sidebar for 1 second?
Yeah.
My Back to the Future Transformer showed up finally from Canada.
Nice.
McCully finally came through.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it was probably when you threatened to sue him.
And much like when your wife met you originally, that thing was much smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll show you.
That's because I only weighed like 250 when I met my wife. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I was referring to.
Okay,
sure.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So let's try. We have a different.
Oh, we have a new one?
We have a different one today.
Lay that on me.
Let's try this.
This is Strange Stories.
That sounds monstrous.
Yes. Well, it's for Monster.
Oh, it's from Monster?
It's from Monster.
Hanging with Monster?
Yeah.
That's a podcast we support.
Yes. So that's from Monster. He submitted that. I think Brian even had that one and didn't give it to us right away, Brian.
Because that other one, he literally sent it like 5 minutes after you.
Oh,
sent
really?
Me. Yeah.
No kidding?
I was like, wow, what are the odds?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna do strange stories. The first strange story I got actually like 2 or 3 weeks ago from Jenny, a girl that that I believe you worked with at one point in time.
Yes, I've been on a plane with Jenny. I can't say that about you because you won't get on a plane.
Correct.
B.A. Baracus over here.
You drug me, I'll probably get on there. But then you have to drug me and drag me.
Yeah, no, I could do one of those. I could physically do one of those.
We're going to need a golf cart. Can it fit in the tunnel?
Yeah.
Because we got to pull him all the way up.
Yeah. Hey, Damon, can you get in this plane real quick? I promise we won't drug you once you're in it.
Why does my head hurt so bad? Funny story. Golf cart goes up the stairs. You're not as good at it.
Yeah.
So, first story. A very British pet parrot named Nigel.
Uh-oh. We're talking about British pets.
Yep. Named Nigel has been reunited with his owner.
Oh, who reunited him?
After disappointing his son Roger killed him.
Man, I was just going there.
After being a disappointment, Roger killed the parrot. But no, Nigel was reunited after 4 years of being gone.
Don't you say it.
Okay. Nope. Wayne May did not find him. Wayne May did not. Here's the deal.
Oh, wait, was this another? Did the parrot change its feathers? Was the parrot 70 feet from the house?
No. The parrot now remember when I
or was it a different parrot?
I described him, a very British pet named Nigel.
Yeah.
Nigel now speaks Spanish. He's like, hey, man, I found my way home, man.
Nope. Timestamp.
So remember when I said the voice was coming?
Timestamp.
Nigel's home, I do one voice very well, okay?
And it's not your regular one. It's not this one. Which one is it?
It's Nigel speaking as a parrot in Spanish. That's what I do.
The Ted portion of That Checks Out with Damon and Ted would like to say that he does not support this portion of the show. Here's a question I have for you.
Yeah.
There is a story where a man read about someone dying in a shipwreck, went to that guy's house, convinced that guy's mother that he was that guy, and got his inheritance, lived with that person. That woman was a French woman. The guy that showed up was a British guy, didn't speak French, was 400 pounds, not really, he was probably 150 pounds fatter than her son, but yet still convinced that woman that he was her son. Are we sure this is the same bird?
So here's how we know it's the same bird. 4 years later, the bird gets lost from the Spanish-speaking family, apparently. somebody recovers the bird, realizes it's a pet. It's chipped. It's chipped and goes back to the British owner because the Spanish owner never put a chip in the bird. They had the bird. I mean, if you think about it.
Oh, couldn't they have Solomon it? Just cut it in half?
Yeah.
You could have.
Hey, man, don't be cutting me in half, man. You know what I mean?
Pretty
That's going to
bird.
hurt. Ouch.
Pretty
Ouch,
bird.
You know?
Pretty bird. Why does this bird have tape on it?
He's blind, huh?
He's not going to know. It's fine.
So anyway, what do you think of the story, man? Huh?
No, I'm out.
Huh? Hey, Mac.
Brian, you're going to do some editing this
Mac,
week.
what are you thinking, man?
I'm a little offended.
A little.
That's not an offensive voice at all. It's not an offensive. Oh, that's not good. but it seems fine.
Look, you just said it's not good.
No.
I heard it.
I didn't say it's not
I heard
good.
it.
It was the board. That was the board.
Lies. No, I don't. And no means no.
Ted, what do you think about this story? No.
Do you like it? No, I don't. And no means no.
So the whole gist of this was, first off, I wanted to do the only voice that I could speak in. And people probably were like, he's gonna talk in a British accent. No, I'm not, because I'm not good at that. I'm phenomenal at Spanish parrot.
Well,
That's my accent.
We have an audience. Anyone? I want a thumbs up if you thought it was good. No one has a thumbs up.
Three thumbs up.
No.
3 thumbs up.
No.
Yeah.
That's amazing since you only have two.
Two are on mine.
Yeah, you only have two. So I don't know how you counted three.
The new owner, she's half in.
You're also
She's
bad.
half in.
You're also bad at counting.
If I round it to the nearest 3.
Yeah, well, that's true. If you round your 2 thumbs to the nearest 3, there were 3 thumbs up.
So I have a couple takes.
I don't
on this.
even think we needed strange stories.
No.
I just think you wanted to squeeze that one in.
So I have a couple of takes on this. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And I'm going to do it in the parrot voice. Are you ready?
Nope, not ready anymore.
I guess you could say he flew away from his homes, huh? Huh?
No.
That's pretty good. He flew away from his homes twice. He got lost twice. Flew away from his homes. Nothing?
No.
Okay. All right. How about this one?
I've already said I do not support.
All right. How about this one? All right. You can tell by his bandana that he clearly knows the street value of that birdseed, huh?
Nope.
Huh?
No.
Nothing? Nothing?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh. I'm going to do this one. But even I'm...
Don't feel like you have to.
Even I'm a little shady on this one.
Don't feel like you have to.
Just so we know, there's only 2 of these. That way I can edit that out if that's a problem. Ironically, although he was no longer considered English, he did become more fluent in essay. Huh? That's an English joke. That's a book joke. It's an essay joke. I mean, yeah. What do you think? That's a learner joke.
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
Come on, man.
Nope.
Give me something.
Oh, I'll give you the end of the show if that's what you want.
Ted's like, you can reach us at
You can have any opinion you want and reach out to Damon at
you've just listened to that. Checks out with Damon and no one else you need to know about. Do not Google it. All right. If
they do, it'll be just Ted Ellipses.
Yeah.
This has been Ted Ellipses signing off.
So, but no, I did like Jenny sent that and I says, just so you know, I said, I'm going to do a voice that's going to make everyone angry.
Oh yeah. I'll fully put that Jenny supports this and Jenny recommended it and Jenny wanted you to do it. I'll say that right in the mic. No problem.
We will give her last name, address, social security number,
work address, name and phone number of her work supervisor.
But no, when she sent it, my exact response to her was, "That's awesome because I do one voice really well, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to make everybody."
Who is telling you this? Because you don't.
Hey man, the fans have talked, and we're good. Okay.
Well, now I know you're lying.
Both of them said, "Hey man,
are we talking about your thumbs again?"
If you round that to the nearest million, there's a million thumbs up in this room. So, all right. So the second one requires no voice, and it'll be the last one because this one here, I think we're just gonna have a lot of fun with. I had a lot of fun with the last one because you cringed when first off, you're like British. You're like, oh, okay. Because I told you, I said, there's going to be a voice coming. There's going to be a voice.
Yeah.
And British, you're like, oh. And I'm like, and he speaks Spanish. You're like, oh no. I saw it in your eyes. You're
if
like,
this chair could have wheeled out of this room, I would not be in this room.
Even Mac, I can see his eyes. That's it. His eyes were like, he's going to do the voice we hate and tell him not to do.
You would have heard me like this for the rest of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to do this remote from now on.
Well, I could drive there at least.
So this one, here's the headline, and this is honest headline. Human teeth fish that likes testicles.
Nope, don't like any of this.
Dead serious. A piranha-like fish, which enjoys biting and eating testicles, may be headed to Britain. The pacu, P-A-C-U, is also dubbed the nutcracker and the ball cutter, boast a set of human-like teeth, which can easily... Yeah.
I think someone used Google. I can't see it.
Put it on the screen. Show Wilson. It's smiling at you. It looks
you used my last name, sir.
Ellipses.
Oh, gross.
It's gross. Okay. Boasts a set of human-like teeth, which can easily rip off a man's private parts. It's normally found in South America. So it's like a piranha, but it's not. So what happens is a lot of these like fish stores, pet stores, will sell them as piranhas, and then they can get much bigger. They will like destroy anything, especially private parts.
Holy cow! Is that actual size?
Yeah, they get real big.
It looks like Bam Margera's uncle and Bobby Knight got together, and this guy's holding it.
Yeah. Well, if it was Bam Margera, he would smack him across the face with that fish right there.
And I would appreciate that.
So, but unlike the piranha, which famously strip the flesh off of anything they can sink their teeth into, pacu are known for cracking seeds and nuts that drop off overhead trees into the water with their powerful jaws.
Did you see the size of the fish? Are you sure it's not called a paracchio?
You should. You should.
Paraco is just like a shortened version of paracchio.
Also lives on flappies.
And any B&Gs you bring to the
Private
table.
parts and biscuits and gravy. That's what we feed.
I didn't really want those B&Gs, but I'll eat them.
You should put a picture of that up, Mac, and just be like, this will be relevant when you hear the recording.
Because we won't. We always say, we'll put that on our page. We don't.
So this is part that's kind of weird. Now there are fears that these fish will be released by pranksters or aquarium owners into reservoirs, lakes, ponds, and rivers, lagoons in the UK. If this happens, men cooling off with a dip this summer could see their relaxing swim turn into horrifying and extremely painful scenes. Okay, first off, don't you wear swim trunks? Okay, I realize that the swim trunks are going to protect you much like the top sheet does from the boogeyman or someone that's going to murder you.
Or from the breeze coming in the window in Minnesota.
Right. But I'm just saying, remember when you were a kid, if you were scared and you go to bed, you'd climb in bed and you'd make sure the sheets are all the way, or your blankets are all the way up around you. And you're like, now I'm protected. No, I can stab you right through a blanket. Okay.
So 2 seconds ago, you were saying that swim trunks are going to protect you. And now you're like debunking your own.
So here's the deal. Still, they can't see it. They're not going to bite. Why would they bite swim trunks? You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. You just heard they crack nuts that fall from trees. Don't let your twig and berries fall from trees.
I'm pretty sure that the Speedo is very popular in the UK.
You're probably right. So that may be a problem. I understand. But so what they say here is that 3 years ago, they found one in Denmark. Okay. And when they found one, they told men to make sure they keep their swim trunks securely fastened.
Yeah, because if you're wearing loose trunks, they can just swim up your leg.
Yeah, but I mean, securely fastened to me.
No, I mean, that's at the waist.
That's at the waist.
Yeah, I'm saying though, like,
first off,
some swim trunks are pretty loose.
So do these travel in packs and like two of them pants you, and then the other one's like, hey,
see how big it was? It could.
That one the guy was holding was pretty impressive.
If I saw something that big swimming towards me, I'm not going to be like, oh, that looks friendly.
Yeah, I'm not going to go.
I'm out.
I'm not going to go. I wonder if he's got teeth.
You will see me cartoon run on top of the water. Just,
like in the toy, Richard Pryor when he comes out of the piranhas. Yeah. So here's something that's ironic from here too. So Peter Rask Moeller, ironically, the name
Peter
of
and Moeller.
Yeah, I know. But the guy's last name is like a tooth. So,
and his first name is Peter.
And he studies teeth in fish.
Right.
I got his first name. I scrolled over that because somebody's taking the high road here, man. Okay. Take the high road, man. Take the high road. I'm out.
Seriously. So, if I see a fish that size, I'm not going to be like, oh, I wonder if that's that ball eating fish. I am gone. I'm gone.
Says,
do you have a chicken slaughterhouse somewhere in here, Mac? Because I can believe it for you.
Just construction. They're just cutting wood.
Yeah, Is someone meeting a fish outside?
But it says so basically Dr. Moeller says male swimmers should keep their pants on in case there are more pacus out there in our cold Baltic waters. First off, if I'm in cold water, it's a much harder target for the fish anyway.
If you're in water, it's a hard target. If you're in cold water,
I was in the pool. I was swimming. With this, I don't know how that's going to keep them from getting you. Like I said, it's going to be as effective as a sheet against a murderer or the boogeyman. So anyway, they go forward. They said, this is an exact quote. They make excellent pets. The only problem is they grow too big for people's homeless aquariums.
Yeah. They look like a pig.
But who says this makes, like disgruntled ex-wives? Who has these things for pets and is like, oh, this is what I need. Oh, when they tell you at the doctor's office, don't touch the fish tank, this means business. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where's Johnny's fingers? Well, he touched the fish tank.
By the way, you are the one that asked HR if we could have a fish tank.
Yeah.
Let's come back on you.
If we get one of these,
yeah,
that'd be so awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can see him doing that just so I don't touch anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah. I'm still going to be like, look at him smiling at me. So, the local fish expert, Henrik Karl, that's probably a common name in Denmark, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
That's like Henry, I'm guessing, right?
Right.
So Hank, he says that
Hank the tank, sure.
We're going streaking. All right. He says the pacu is not normally dangerous, but it has quite a serious bite. And so everything above in this article says, wear your swim trunks, be careful, don't be, for God's sakes, don't be flashing fish, whatever. And this guy's like, really? There's nothing to worry about. This is like a guy that swims with the sharks.
This is the anti-masker of the story. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Wait, it could kill you? Yeah, you know what, though?
It's not going to kill you. It's just going to take your genitals off. You can deal with that. That's fine. You won't die.
Why is he running different now? I'd like to tell you, but I'm not going.
Well, he has a gap now where he didn't used to have one. I bet that runs differently.
And the last sentence in this whole thing, and you can take it for whatever it's worth, is it says, this is a quote, they bite because they're hungry and testicles sit nicely in their mouth.
This is That Checks Out.
Find us at thatchecksout.net. I have been Ted. That's been Damon. We've been here at Audiohive Podcasting Studio, formerly owned by Brian. Next week, we have a special episode. Please check us out next week. We'll give you more information about that coming up. Check us out at thatchecksout.net. For Damon, Ted, and Brian, goodbye.
Yeah, man.
No.
All right, so
are you learning anything,
sharks.
or is this
That's
just a waste of your time like us? 'Cause we get it. It's a waste. I was asking her if she was learning anything, or if she was just wasting her time like we are.
Wait a minute. Wait, if she's back, does that mean the stock market's not doing good for you?
I haven't checked today. Oh, it's closed.
It's closed?
There's no trading today.
That's what people say. They're losing money. Oh, it's closed.
Right, but you can see where you're at.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look.
Yeah.
Ostrich approach.
Did you sell your GameStop? You didn't have diamond hands.
No. Hey, it's on the way up again.
In true GameStop fashion, he didn't sell it. He traded it in for like 1/3 of its value.
They give you like 1/8.
Yeah.
For 1/3 of its value.
We can resell that for $37. We will give you a nickel and some store credit.
Yeah.